Schroeder have playing last night.
Set some screens here. They've shown they'll die on some screens.
Pick and fade, and Quinton Post with the three, and the Warrior bench goes nuts.
Call them Uncle Steph.
Post for three, knocks it down. He plays the whole fourth. They got to hold the line when he's out of the game.
Post stretching the floor and successfully so with the three ball.
He's got a high motor, really solid defensively.
Quinton Post dropping in a three. That's not an accident. You watch Santa Cruz, and you see making a little move, and Quinton Post parries another three, his second make of the night.
You can't give him that type of time.
They went a little pick and pop themselves for a three. Quinton Post from deep.
And now they're rolling.
Steph having the tank.
Well, you work so hard in that third quarter as Post gets another look at it.
Quinton Post 4 made threes. Moody.
Oh, yeah, the second half is much different for the Bulls when it comes to three-point shooting.
Quinton Post, 5 threes made.
Kicks it out. Post open three-pointer. That's good. Defensive rebound. Post is going to try a three. He got it way downtown. The rookie from the Netherlands.
Quinton Post is getting all he can eat. He's not going to keep missing. We've seen him hit 40% since he's been playing with the dub. The ball. Quinton Post dropping in at three. I'll tell you, when he gets his feet set.
I like him a lot. I think he's got great hands, rolling to the baskets. Quinton Post makes him pay for sagging off of him.
Points a game since he's come off the bench. Steph setting up Quinton Post, and Quinton Post an open three. He got it.
LeBron and Luka on the floor together.
Well, I think Austin Reeves, as Post knocks down a three, Jackson Davis, you know, and Kuminga, he didn't have to give
Play them 29-second chance points. You can take advantage of them on the glass.
Quinton Post, and look at Buddy Hield creating early in this game. Butler on the baseline. Quinton Post catch and shoot three.
Jimmy Butler's getting assists now.
It's left in Utah. And Quinton Post adding to make sure nights like Utah don't happen. So 6 of 9 shooting. How about another opportunity? And Butler on the kick out. Buddy Hield to Quinton Post and dropping in the three. Good shot to great shot. Number 4 for the night. Pajemski, dangerous pass. Quinton Post sidestep three. How about that? The rookie, the 52nd pick in the draft, dropping in a three. Pajemski got the foul. Post is having a fourth quarter and letting everyone know about it.
Only obviously Curry, and he's number 6 all-time in scoring for Golden State as Post knocks down a three.
16 games. Quinton Post for three. That's it. Butler with the delivery. That's almighty Pajemski. Cycle it back out. Post had made one. The postman again, rattling it all but a three.
That action with Draymond and Pajemski.
Quinton Post, his third three. Steve Kerr shaking his head. It's like, who is this guy?
Finds Post in the corner, and the three is good. Boy, he's been shooting lights out.
A lot of times you meet with a free agent, you try to convince them. This is a Quinton Post three-point show here.
The department is top-notch, and it doesn't matter where you are. It's Quinton Post knocks down a three, and he's celebrating. I love his celebrations.
Well, he's only the 52nd pick in the draft in terms of the scouting department finding guys.
But all his celebrations are so unrehearsed. They're so spontaneous. It's just joy. It's just breaking out and having a good time. You gotta love that action, man. He's got the contract. Why not enjoy your time in the league while you're doing work? Put up the 3 fingers. Show them what you got, Quinton Post. Their screen. You get out of it secondarily now.
Quinton Post with an open three. I'm telling you, the Warriors were getting
Confidence with their shooting. They're gonna keep shooting jumpers.
Quinton Post with a three. And now Orlando.
Setbacks that he knows of. It felt good at times. It felt not good at times, he said. He said it got to points where...
4 so far. Post with Green finding him, and Post knocks down the three-pointer. Here's Post from deep, and he hits a three. Curry had 22 third-quarter points on Thursday. He finds the wide-open Post, and that's his second three of the quarter.
Like you said, you got to credit Charles Lee, because the Warriors ran him out of the gym at Chase Center. Quinton Post hitting a three.
Important 4 minutes going into halftime.
Quinton Post out of the corner.
Get it ahead for Green. Waits, trailer, Post, got a three.
the irony of his last name because he does not play in the post.
Is going to begin the second quarter.
Kind of a full court press. They're going to test your ball. And the bat is Quinton Post knocks down a three.
Quinton Post right off the bench, right into these 15-point plays in the NBA. It gets stops and then score. Draymond skip pass. Quinton Post open three. Here come the Dubs.
Their offense, and Klingen is one of the toughest guys to score on around the basket. You see that size.
So Post, he was 0 for 5. A few guys in the league. Post had made 1-3. How about another one? You know who created that? There was 17.
Get out that fire extinguisher, nip it at the bud.
Quinton Post.
14 in the corner, Post an open three. And this is what he can do, spacing the floor.
Scenario to come into. I mean, the team is rolling. Jimmy
Adjustment, get him out of the right corner as Moody, who's an excellent defender, gets a stop.
Post a three. Butler kicks it out. Post can shoot the three. Right on cue. That's the 7th three.
Lindsay and Brett Barnaky, Jonathan Sterling to blow the whistles. And how about Quinton Post?
He really is a great streak.
Quinton Post, his second made three. Get past Quinton Post, catching 2-3, and he got it. So Quinton Post has 11 now. Quinton Post catch and shoot triple, got it. Quinton Post, they just left him alone, and he's shooting 41% on threes, by the way.
They're just trying to stay as close as possible.
Quinton Post. Jimmy Butler taking it out to Post, catch and shoot three. Quinton Post, there we go. Okay, let Draymond shoot every three. Well, let Quinton Post shoot threes, you're going to have a problem. Quinton Post, catch and shoot three. Quinton Post, he's got 15 on 5 of 9 shooting, 5 made threes. Quickly throwing the lob, Castleton blocked. Post sends it away. Didn't finish with that layup. Quinton Post got it. Quinton Post has 6 threes. Side with a Kongwu there. Quinton Post making him pay.
He just popped out of there. Rebounding, but if you're ferocious and you go, there you go.
Quinton Post begins the third quarter. Quinton Post comes to the corner. Quinton Post for three.
That is purity. Get creative.
Put a good defender in Kyle Anderson on Butler, but Quinton Post able to hit the three. Post? Yeah, he's not going to keep missing them. Catch that. Quinton Post three. So Kuminga has found Pajemski. Cuts inside and trying to get things inside because the threes haven't been going until now. So with cutting Guy Santos, Quinton Post will tee up a three. So they can play good basketball. Quinton Post for three.
He's the counter.
Jimmy Butler. Post another opportunity. Got that one. 9%. Quinton Post out of the corner. And Pajemski found him perfectly.
This is Post.
Comes a playoff official, which is the highest honor for them. And Quinton Post dropping in a three. Particularly after the other game against San Antonio. Oh, there's Quinton Post dropping in a three. Quinton Post. His first NBA playoff three. He had been 0 for 7.
Hands on deck.
Quinton Post made 1-3. Bottoms another one.
As Steph is celebrating.
Good yield to Quinton Post out of the corner. And Post hits his third three. So working with Draymond. Quinton Post has been hot. And he knocks in another three. So Quinton Post has 12 off the bench.
Comes Post, it's a three.
5 for Curry, 213 for Hill.
Post! Triple!
He's got to be smart to not pick up those early fouls as Post knocks down.
Post lines up his three-pointer, able to nail it.
6 at minimum where he could reemerge.
Post for three.
3-pointers. Open up this quarter with Minnesota up 21 as Quinton Post starts the fourth quarter with a